Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 185. On today's episode, we're going to get into the news, preview Week 12, and real quick, recap a classic AFC North Thursday night football game. Steelers-Browns.
Fun time in the snow.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Everyone, welcome to the Bench Podcast. My name is Joey, joined by my brother and co-host Angel. What's up, man?
What's up? Football week 12 off to a cold start.
If you're watching on YouTube, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
As usual, subscribe, turn on notifications, and just thanks for joining us as we cruise through season 2 of the Bench Podcast and going strong, boys.
Going strong. 185. We're almost at 200 episodes.
God, that's crazy.
We've
200.
We've done this 200
that
times?
That is hours of talking football.
Go back.
If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, thanks for joining the audio version of the podcast. Audio. There it is. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a review if you will. And then, of course, all brought to you by the Fans First Sports Network. And follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Follow the show between the shows. Search at Bench Show. You see it here on the screen. Check out benchshow.com, home of the Bench Beat, articles on fandom, fantasy, and all things NFL. Brand new article going up this morning by the professor himself, Professor David Adams. I haven't read it myself, so looking forward to reading that as I'm taking my morning poop. All right, let's get to the news here. I found this story real quick. Want to throw it in. Quick check-in on the Dallas Cowboys and how they're doing. Let's check in on player leadership, will we?
Yeah.
On the Micah Parsons podcast, in talking to Trayvon Diggs on his podcast after losing.
This is Micah, then.
Who did they lose?
The Texans.
They lost to the Texans, right? Have not won at home yet this year? Or something
the only team in the NFL that hasn't won at home.
Oh, no. I'll see you do one better. The only team in all 4 major sports who have not won a home game this year.
You know the Saints have more touchdowns in Dallas Stadium and Jerry World than the Cowboys?
All that context, and Micah Parsons says this on his podcast. I'm going to put this out there. We're a damn good football team.
Confidence is... Look.
This team, man.
Confidence, Dwight. This team is...
There has to be... What was that ESPN doc show again?
30 for 30.
30 for has to be a story on the...
This is just a leaderless, rudderless ship of a team. It's just nobody's the leader.
Yeah, if you watch it, Trayvon Diggs right after was like, yeah, man, yeah, you're right.
What's crazy is like, this team has too many outlets for sound bites. I'm saying, like, there's Jerry Jones.
I was listening to the last show. You guys were talking about Woody Johnson versus Jerry Jones, and to me, there's only one difference. One of them gives interviews every week, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
And
that's a deciding factor.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this Cowboys team is just...
There's too much noise.
They're never going to win unless there's major changes. Unfortunately, that we all know that starts with Jerry Jones.
Jerry retires.
And so, that being said, they're never going to win.
Yeah.
They're not going to win. I'll say it, they're not going to win another Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is alive and controlling this team.
It's a crazy statement because that's going to be like that for years, but it's like you're probably spot on with that.
Let's not wish death upon Jerry Jones.
Not what I did at all.
No, we're not wishing death on him, but
how long does he do this for?
that's the sad reality of it. It's like
probably till he dies.
Till death do you part. That's really what it is.
Man, imagine seeing a 90-year-old Jerry Jones in the war room.
How old is he right now? 80?
He's Joe Biden's age, right?
He's I think you said he was 80. He was 82 or
That's
32.
not hard to imagine. That's a couple years away.
90-year-old GM out here. Jeez.
All right, let's keep moving here.
Shout out to Micah Parsons for a terrible take.
Nice, Mike.
Ari Meirov came out this morning and gave us a little gem about Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Speaking of, I mean, the 2 biggest disasters in the NFL, right? The Jets and the Cowboys so far.
Giants are keeping up with them.
Yeah,
Giants putting
don't
Panthers.
you feel like they're on another level?
Yeah, Jets.
The Giants are just an average bad team.
It's definitely the Jets and the Cowboys this year.
Because they're drama and
what drama's around the Giants? No. Other than we'll talk about it.
It's coming up.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Meirov says, I feel fairly confident in saying Rodgers will not be the quarterback for the Jets in 2025. Now, Aaron Meirov is not a guy who just said stuff, is not a guy who is chasing clout. Aaron Meirov, usually when he says it, he has a pretty reliable source. And so him saying this and saying it so confidently is pretty damning, I think, to the future of Aaron Rodgers.
So does he retire or he goes to a different team?
He says he wants to play, so I think it's all up to Aaron Rodgers.
How soon is he going to be a Viking?
and just do exactly what Brett Favre did.
Exactly.
He could have. I think Vikings and Texans are the two early odds favorites too.
Texans.
The Texans?
Titans, sorry.
Oh,
Vikings and
no way.
Titans to be the early favorites.
The Raiders?
Too. The Raiders are I think third.
I don't know if him and Tom. He might be jealous of Tom immediately. Aaron, I don't see him.
Oh, and well, Tom's not gonna play quarterback for them.
No, but in the same room, Tom's gonna be like,
Such a jackass.
Exactly.
I knew
jealous
what you
of,
meant, Angel.
Jealous of the owner.
Aaron's wants to spotlight all to himself.
Hate Aaron Rodgers, man.
He's ruining franchises.
What franchise did he ruin?
The Jets.
It was already ruined.
No, he didn't.
They were better last year. Was that?
That's
Wilson.
like going to the ghetto and throwing your trash on the floor and be like, "Oh, you made a ghetto."
No,
it's not. The
Aaron
Jets
Rodgers-
have been asked well before
Now they're-
Aaron Rodgers ever stepped.
Now
in.
they're worse and they're talented.
He just
They're
contributed.
worse? No, they're not.
He just contributed to it.
Yeah.
They're worse.
He just didn't. He just was not able to fix it.
Yeah.
He came to town. He was not able to fix it. But
Was able to fix
let's
it,
respect the
was.
multi-champion, multi-MVP Aaron Rodgers. Bucs wide receiver Mike Evans, who has been out since Week 7 with a hamstring injury, has practiced fully all week long. Will play on Sunday, and so Bake gets his running mate back. And let's see if they can
Come
make a run
on,
here.
Bake.
4-6, right? They're just pushing for.
Who's not rooting for the Bucs at this point?
It's everyone's favorite underdog.
You're just a monster if not rooting for the Bucs now.
Baker's playing angry.
And playing the best football of his life.
Honestly, it might just be the rivals. It might just be the interdivision teams that aren't rooting for him because like all of America wants Baker to do it at this
To be honest,
point.
at this point, I don't have a lot of confidence in the Falcons to hold the NFC South. They're 6-5.
But
now.
who'd you put your money on, though?
Screw it, man. Give me Baker.
Yeah?
Give me Baker.
Look,
I love this.
get Baker hot. You know,
Yep.
Falcons worst pass rush in the league, and they're on offense. They're placed the Broncos, but they've been up and down.
Yeah, well, let's not pretend like this Bucs roster is exactly stacked. But
No, both teams have flaws
yeah,
for sure.
Saints are done, and then the Panthers obviously have been done since week 2, 3.
Yeah, since they drafted Bryce Young.
Yeah, I mean it's not bad money. You'll probably get some better odds, like make some more money on that win if you get money on the Bucs. All right, that's Gabe's bet of the week. Go put money on the Bucs.
Go put money on the Bucs, baby.
to win the division.
Yeah, Bucks versus Giants. So,
No, we're excited though. We're excited for Bake. I want to see him make a run. I want to see him get in the playoffs, man.
spoiler. I'm gonna pick the Bucks on Sunday. They're playing the Giants. That's a win.
That's the perfect game.
It's a perfect game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something brewing here in Santa Clara with the 49ers and their
Pretty crazy.
quarterback, Brock Purdy. Shanahan on Purdy's shoulder and his early departure from open practice, and this is today on Thursday. He's still limited today. He didn't do as much yesterday, but did a little bit more today. He went out there and did a little bit then and went back in about halfway through and rested up. Hopefully, it will be feeling great on Sunday. A little context, he has not practiced this week. He practiced about half a practice today and went inside and, quote, rested up.
He didn't
don't know.
throw on Wednesday at all. I saw that report. He literally didn't throw football.
This is weird.
To me, it's just that Shanahan, this classic coach speak for, like, I'm trying not to give anything away.
Try not to let you know that he's not
in
playing
a
Sunday.
very obvious situation where the quarterback is banged up.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was just banged up.
It kind of snuck up on me. Like, I got a tweet like, oh, Brock Purdy's
Okay, real
might
quick,
be really hurt.
can you look up who they're playing Sunday?
The Packers.
playing the
Oh,
Packers.
duh,
And
duh, that's
it's
why.
a big game for both teams.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
But
There you
bigger
go.
for the Niners.
Well, the
Yeah,
Packers.
Niners can't drop games right now.
No, they're
I'm
no.
looking at the Packers.
They're tied for 5-5, along with the Seahawks and the Rams, and then the Cardinals 6-4. They
This is
cannot lose.
massive.
This is he might just get shots into the bone marrow.
I mean, if you're
Bear-
Gabe, can you? I know we're putting a lot on you now. But can you? Any way you can look up what shoulder it is? Just look Twitter or something. I'm pretty sure it's his throwing shoulder, because I feel like they're not holding him out of practice if it's opposite shoulder, right?
Yeah. If it's opposite shoulder, I think you can almost nurse that. But if it's throwing shoulder, was his throwing shoulder the one where he had the injury too?
I think so.
Where he had the elbow?
Where the Eagles got to him, right?
Yeah.
In the playoffs, yeah.
It is his right shoulder, so I'm
That's
pretty
his
sure
throwing
it's
shoulder,
his throwing shoulder.
which has been injured before. You're right in the playoff game.
Oh.
And what I'm thinking is not practicing and then not being able to finish a practice doesn't get better in a week,
Or on a date, really.
especially on the arm that has been hurt before. Like,
Interesting.
this is bad for the Niners.
Is there any chance that maybe it's not as bad? They're just kind of they don't want something to happen in a practice game. That's why they're resting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's been hurt, for a while now.
Because we just said like the Niners, it's
haven't held them out
it's
of
pretty much
practice.
do or die right now. So it's like we need to preserve our guys as much as possible. So if that means we have to sit them some practice, I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know. It's just the story is weird.
Anything's possible because coaches could definitely just lie to us.
I mean,
we'll see
They
Sunday,
do all the
but
time.
I tell you what. If he doesn't play Sunday, I think there's major issues with Brock Purdy, and that would mean major issues for the playoff chances of the San Francisco 49ers.
They've been so snake bitten this year. It's crazy.
I called it disaster season.
And it's just
For
super.
the two teams I called it about, the Bengals,
Super hangover.
but they've had disaster seasons in very different ways.
Yeah, Bengals is like.
They've had the most unlucky season of anyone.
They're not winning close games.
And then the Niners have just
Just falling apart.
Yeah.
They seem emotionally drained. And now they're physically getting drained because they've been. They have 4 years of going into the NFC title game and a Super Bowl. That's a lot of football.
They've played a lot of football, and they're the type of team that just relies on its stars so much.
And physically relying on them.
That's what I'm saying. It relies on its stars so much to carry so much of the load, and now you see these guys breaking down. All right, that's the news. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into a Week 12 preview, but first, review. That's nice, bars. Thursday Night Football. I'll be right back.
Here are my worries.
Okay, go ahead.
They don't have no one else but George Pickens to throw the ball.
Okay.
That's going to hurt you in the playoffs. It might not hurt you now. In the playoffs, that's when you only have, when you need a third down, when you need a fourth down, you only have Pickens and Najee Harris, your only playmaker, and Jaylen Warren. That's going to hurt you.
That's your concern. That's your concern with the Commandos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is still, it's okay. It's not great. Defense is great. But offensively, I just don't trust that Russell Wilson is going to overcome the one weapon they have. And he didn't play great on Sunday. He didn't throw a touchdown. He threw a bad pick in the red zone.
Really bad pick.
I'm telling you, if they get in the playoffs and they meet the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are a very good defense, and only have one weapon, that's George Pickens to shut down, they will do that very easily and make Allen Robinson and whoever the hell they have out there, make them beat them.
All right, Thursday Night Football, of course, on Prime. 8-3 are the Steelers now because they took a loss to the Browns. They moved to 3-8, so they just lost a draft pick. They moved down here. They were really in line for a top pick here.
Should have lost there, Cleveland.
Yep.
I don't know
But
you're
great
doing.
game nonetheless, though. In the snow. Just started snowing more and more as the game went. That's always fun.
Yeah.
And just tough AFC North football, tough running games, more passing than I think we're used to in a snowy game. Like these quarterbacks were both taking some shots. And kind of like Jameis Winston versus Russell Wilson was like a thing, 10 years ago as well? You know what I'm saying? Like these quarterbacks have been around the block.
They're pretty fun tonight, though.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Both of them.
liked it.
None of them really made too many mistakes. We did have some fumbles. We did have Jameis threw a pretty bad interception, right?
Yeah, he threw a pick, and then he fumbled the drive before, so yeah.
Yeah. And we did get a little bit of a third quarterback in this game, little Justin Fields stuff. They used him as a straight battering ram. But let's start on the Steelers side.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, what did I say?
Houston.
Justin Houston?
Did you say Houston?
Yeah, I probably did. Did I?
Shout out to Justin Houston.
That was Justin. Kansas City Chiefs, baby.
Justin Fields.
Great pass rusher.
Hell of a man.
Still making an impact.
3 carries for 26 yards, and then was in there for a handful of packages that they kind of said they would do before the game. But the biggest story, I think, for me going into this game was the whole debate between T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett. Don't know if you caught it or not, but basically Myles Garrett revisited the fact that T.J. Watt was kind of griping a little bit about not winning the Defensive Player of the Year award last year, was asked about it a ton this week, and Myles Garrett, at least for tonight, won the battle.
Well, Garrett had 3 sacks.
3 sacks, and was just a dominant force.
Like literally, Russ couldn't hold the ball for 1 to 4 seconds without him, Garrett, being on his ass.
Yeah, I mean, they needed to chip. They needed to do everything they could just to keep Garrett from blowing up every single play. And even then, the guy was just constantly abusing Dan Moore and getting to the
I mean,
quarterback.
T.J. Watt didn't have a sack tonight. That's not great when you're just talking shit.
He didn't.
Against Myles Garrett.
Not a good night for T.J. Watt. Like, I love T.J. Watt. I think he is probably right in saying he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. But, yeah, I mean, not a good night for TJ. Yeah, especially now. Like, you're playing the guy.
Also
it's
nice.
a defensive battle.
It's a nice reminder, too, for guys who think Watt should have won. You're also reminded, that's why Myles Garrett wins, because he's also very good.
Yeah, he's also very good. Yeah, for sure. Let's start on this Steelers side of the ball. Russell Wilson had an okay game. It was a tough environment to throw the ball. And so when you factor that in, 270 for a touchdown, did not have a turnover, was sacked 4 times, and I do think he held the ball a little long today.
He did.
And he had he had a big
Fumble.
fumble. Yeah. Did he have the big grounding? Oh, it wasn't a ground.
It wasn't a ground.
They waved it
He
off.
threw it at the lineman.
They waved
Illegal
it off,
touching. Yeah.
Kind of a little loophole, really, if you think about it.
I heard you saying that, but I think
Throw it at a
because he
lineman.
was getting hit during his motion, that's why it wasn't grounding.
But, I mean, aren't most grounding calls exactly that? The quarterback just getting rid of it, and he always gets hit anyways. That's why he panics.
Well, that's what the broadcast was explaining. That because their whole guest ref that they have up there was saying because he was in the motion while being hit, that's why it's not a because all the factors were there. It didn't reach the line of scrimmage. There wasn't a receiver in the vicinity. So anyway, Russ I think played a clean enough game tonight. Was not dynamic in any way, but just good enough.
Let me cook.
Go ahead.
Jeez.
Remember when I said last show, and people jumped all over me? Well, George Pickens is enough for this offense. What happened today? George Pickens, what's he? 4 catches, 48 yards, and you lost to the Cleveland Browns. Calvin Austin was your leading receiver, and you lost. That's why you lost. You need another weapon on this team. That's my worry with this team.
So to play devil's advocate, because what you're going to get now is people saying, well, Calvin Austin did have 3 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. Pat Freiermuth had some big third down conversions. What would you say to that then? Like, these guys did step up.
Well, they're not impactful because they lost the game. Like, they were trying. My thing was, I know the snow was happening and the weather was bad. He was 21 for 28, and he didn't score more than 19 points.
And when they were trying to get back in the game, the passes were going to him, right? But there's some.
It's just they need another playmaker. Like, these guys are great, and Calvin Austin had a great touchdown, but they need a playmaker. They are lacking another one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think what I would say if someone asked me about those other guys having a big night, I would just be like, you know what, I'm probably not going to count on Calvin Austin and Pat Freiermuth combining for that kind of night every single night, especially in a playoff atmosphere, which this did kind of have a little bit of a playoff atmosphere type feel.
It did.
And I love that in the AFC North, no matter what's happening with any of these teams, when they play each other,
They're good.
it's nothing else matters.
Yeah.
The record doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
They're going to play each other tough. I love that. And to me, that's why it's still the best division of football.
Yeah, and Cleveland just playing for pride.
Just playing free.
Yeah, just say it.
Just playing free.
Nothing to lose. What else can we lose?
Miles Garrett gave a great interview right after the game talking about, like, we all had to find our why, and Nick Chubb has his why. He's out there just making things happen. 2 touchdowns
Two
tonight
tutties today for
Nick
Chubby.
Chubb. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this kind of game, being able to convert those short yardage, like red zone plays, that's huge.
Go-ahead touchdown
Yeah.
was Chubb, yeah.
Big time. So, Steelers, I think your point still stands here. They need more weapons. They need more guys who can do something with the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Pickens is good. Great.
He's great.
I love Pickens, but he can't be the only thing.
What are you going to do when Pickens has 4 for 48 and your running game can't keep going all night?
Yeah.
That's where
You lose to
give a hard
Cleveland.
time. Yeah. And I also say this package thing with Fields, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
not gonna work.
They tried one deep pass, but, like, it's so obvious what they're going to do.
It's so predictable.
Like,
They're
They're going to run it.
That's why when we first came in, I almost thought, like, you almost just need to exclusively pass for the first game or two. Just to get people even thinking that you're going to do it.
So he might, yeah. Instead of, like, they just stacked the box like he's going to run.
Did he have? I think he had like one successful run tonight, like around the edge.
What was his stats today?
He had 3 for 26. But I think he had like one successful run around the edge, and it was a nice play design, nice block by Hayward, the tight end.
Yeah.
But that's really it. There wasn't really a spark they're looking for. Didn't come close to completing a pass. And so I'm not sure that's the spark that we're talking about as far as weapons.
Right.
Yeah. But good game though. Football in the snow is just fun.
Yeah, shout out to the Browns, man. James Winston, 219, didn't throw a touchdown and threw 1 interception, but still was in there just battling.
He had a rushing touchdown.
Interview the rushing touchdown. We need more James Winstons and less Will Levis.
He was dropping some strong biblical knowledge to start the night.
Yeah.
Went out there. Here's the thing I love about James Winston, though. Like, he actually believes that he's a gladiator.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's working.
Like, he's not just out there like, I know it's funny when I say funny shit. Like, he's actually like, no, I believe this.
I have the sword of the Lord in my hands.
Seriously, for real. Like, but he actually believes it. Have you ever seen that?
Armageddon.
Yeah.
You ever seen that interview given? I forgot what player it was. Takeo Spikes is giving an interview about when he played on the Eagles with Brian Dawkins.
Oh, yes, I have.
Right, and Brian Dawkins just lights the crap out of someone, and he gets up and says, "Woo! Thank you, Jesus."
Yeah.
That's what I feel like James Winston's doing. Like, these guys just believe it.
Except Dawkins was actually like a superstar.
Dawkins. Why wasn't Dawkins in the bracket earlier? God, he had been an animal.
He should have taken the one Hispanic dude's place.
What was his nickname?
Yes.
What was his nickname?
Weapon X.
Weapon X. That's a Wolverine. That's the Wolverine.
Yep.
Damn it.
Nick Chubb, 20 carries, 59 yards. His efficiency hasn't been very good, but I think they give him just toughness on the ground. Listen, the Browns aren't going to do anything this
And everyone's giving him the pass because his first year back from
They kind of owe him that much, too.
Yeah,
Like, give him the ball, let him score.
His leg broken 8 places last year.
Yeah, and he's back. He got 20 carries tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like
Big carries, too.
Yeah. Jerry Jeudy, big night. No help to my fantasy football team.
Nope.
I was facing that full. But yeah, shout out to the Browns. They came out, they battled, and they walked away with the dub on a season that has been pretty bad. Good for the Browns fans who stuck it out.
Shirtless.
Shirtless and just crazy Midwest people.
Yeah, football's fun, man.
Being able to enjoy their team doing some good stuff at home in the snow. Like, good for them.
Yeah.
They've had a long season.
Go out there, you're getting snowed on, and you beat the Steelers. What a great night for everyone who went to that game, Browns fans.
All right, let's move through these Week 12 games. You ready? We're gonna pick me, Angel, then Gabe.
All right.
And we'll park at certain games. We won't on others. This first game, I'm not going to spend too much time on. The 9-1 Chiefs, who suffered their first loss last week to the Buffalo Bills, taking on the Bryce Young-led Carolina Panthers. I'm going Chiefs to go 10-1 here. A pissed-off Chiefs team who got that win record taken away. I think they come and beat the brakes off the Carolina Panthers.
Chiefs. Is Pacheco playing? That's the one thing I would
He's
want.
practicing limited.
Yeah, so I would not. I actually would
I'm not bringing him back against Panthers.
Yeah, but I'm not playing in this game. No. This is not the one.
Who you got, Gabe?
Chiefs by my
I got the Chiefs, and honestly, too, I have the Chiefs beyond the Panthers. I have the Chiefs doing this because now they have that pressure off. We don't have to protect the undefeated record no more. Let's just go out and play our game.
They're
now.
so fun.
They might even be a whole lot better than
maybe
they were
better.
before.
Exactly.
Right.
Maybe.
They're such like champions. Like last week after the interviews, they're like, we don't really care.
We're good. Next one. Let's do it.
Did
We play for Super Bowls.
Did you see the Kelsey thing? Like right after the game, he's like, I was like, that's
Good for you guys.
That was scary. Like if I'm on the other team, I'm like, crap, dude, look at him.
Got him
He's
mad.
not even worried.
Well, yeah, we'll see you again.
You
We'll
poke
see.
the
he's like,
bear.
I'll see you in like 2 months. We're good.
Carolina. Good luck.
Continues to tank. They continue to tank. Exciting. Be on the lookout for the debut of Texas rookie running back playing for the Panthers, Jonathan Brooks.
Jonathan Brooks.
That's about it.
Fun.
That's about it.
He'll join.
A lot of fantasy owners.
He'll join a franchise cornerstone, Chuba Hubbard in the backfield.
Well, luckily enough, Xavier Legette shown decent stuff. Sanders, their tight ends, decent. They have some young guys, but it's Panthers fans just buckle down. It's gonna be a long season.
Yeah, maybe watch some Browns games. 8-2 Vikings taking on the 4-6 Bears. The Bears had the coach firing, then they had the players only meeting, and then they rallied together to barely lose to the Green Bay Packers last week. Let's see how they finish it up. The Vikings need a strong win. And if the Bears can't do anything else, they can play defense. And so I'm looking for the Vikings to have a strong game against this Bears defense and get back on track. I'm going to go with the Vikings. But like I said last week, I'm on alert.
Yeah,
I'm Sam Darnold alert.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. On the year, 19 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Which is way more
That's
than you thought.
heck,
It's way more than you thought. But you've seen like the little peek in where if you get him rattled, he'll turn into old Sammy boy.
Yeah, I think losing Christian Darrisaw was
Bigger than we thought.
a huge blow to this football team.
Yeah.
Gabe, what you got?
So, yeah, you guys hit on the head with that. I said it with the Browns. I said it with the game tonight, Angel. I don't know if you remember this, but I said in some world the Browns can beat the Steelers. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the name. I'm going to take the Bears here. Pissed off. The fan base is pissed off. The players are pissed off. They filed a complaint to the NFL. I don't know if you guys saw that, saying the Packers were over the center or whatever. So the Vikings, they're so hard to predict because for no good reason at all, they could just play bad. And then the next week, for no good reason at all, they're just playing good again. So I'm going to take the Bears here.
I'll take the Vikings. The Bears have the 29th ranked passing offense, 22nd ranked rushing offense, and 22nd in points.
They've been really bad.
They have so much talent. And they're
So
not.
they fired their OC. Eberflus has a couple more weeks left.
Yeah.
He's
Enjoy.
gone for sure.
Eberflus, grab duffel bags, grab mugs. You know what I'm saying?
And start grabbing stuff.
Pictures.
Start meeting
pictures with
people.
legends.
Start meeting people.
Yeah,
Like,
hey.
hey,
Brian Urlacher, come on
I'm
through.
going to need you in a couple weeks.
We're going to honor you at halftime. Please come through. I want a picture. Please.
Titans, Texans. This is in Houston. 7-4 Texans taking on the 2-8 Titans. Titans do boast the number one pass defense in the league. I will say that again. The number one passing defense in the league so far against a Texans team that I'm not sure what to expect from. I thought they played well enough last week, but definitely not a dominant win against a really, really bad Cowboys team.
Yeah, I'm taking Houston, but it's going to be close. It's not going to be some blowout. It's going to be close, like 20-17. It's going to be. It's not going to be a. It's going to be a very close game.
I'm taking the upset here. I'm taking the Titans.
I don't even blame you.
I'm taking my boy Will Levis. Yeah. Will Levis has played a little better. I'm not going to say well, but he's 3 touchdowns, 1 interception in 2 games back.
Angels heated.
3 touchdowns, 1 interception in 2 games back.
Nice.
They have a better defense. Hopefully, Tony Pollard fires it up, and I don't know. I think this defense is going to take advantage of some of these errant throws that C.J. Stroud is making. I'm going Titans.
If Tennessee has a quarterback, they're not a 2-8 team. That defense is for real.
Yeah. No, you're right. Gabe, you got?
I'm gonna take the. I'm gonna take the Texans here. I think it's November football. Stroud, this is when you prove. This is when you prove that.
I hope they do because it's time to turn it on.
Yeah.
It's time to go into the playoffs with the arrow going this way.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I'm
December
saying?
football is right around the corner.
Yeah. Don't back into the playoffs. Yeah. Don't go in stagnant. Let's go in hot with this young team feeling well and see.
I think it starts now. Starts now, Stroud.
Absolutely.
Houston, but very close to me.
9-1 Lions, the consensus best team in the league.
Yeah.
I think it's
right?
hands down.
Yeah.
Taking on the 5-6 Colts, who are still in playoff race. They went back to Anthony Richardson, and he's the quarterback now. Had a great game last week. Threw for 270 and rushed for 2 touchdowns.
What's crazy? Part of me is like, they played the Jets, but the part of me is like, he played well, though.
Jets have been the worst defense since
That's a pretty bad. Yeah.
Let me just start this one. I don't think it's even close.
They're going to blow them out so bad.
I don't care what happens in Indy. The Lions are just on another planet
Wasn't
right
it
now.
Josh Downs that said it's going to be a good game? Like
He was saying we're going to throw for a lot more than they think we are.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be down by 25 points by the end of the first.
The Lions are going to win this game by a lot of points.
Joshy boy, careful what you ask for. Don't be poking. Don't give them bulletin board shit.
Yeah.
Lions by a mile.
I do want to see though. Can Anthony Richardson take care of the ball? Can he continue progression here? I love that he's going back to him. I think they played stupid games and wasted part of their season. But now he's back in there. Let's see if we can develop this kid for a little more.
Yep.
Lions.
Lions.
Patriots at 3-8 taking on their AFC East rival Miami Dolphins, also still in the playoff rush. Hunt. Not the game of the week. There's 3-8 versus 4-6. I'm going Dolphins because they're playing well ever since the playoffs are being dangled in front of them. I'm going Dolphins.
Go to Miami too.
At home.
But close game. This is going to be very the Titans, the Patriots are like sneaky good. They're not good.
Yeah.
You know, that's not
They're good enough to not give you an easy win.
Yeah, but they're not bad enough to
Does that elevate though because it's a divisional game?
Yeah.
I want to pick New England, but I'll just take the home team just because home team. Yeah, but the offense is different though now with Tua. It's you don't see the Tyreek Hill.
They've shifted it. It's not a Tua offense. It's an A-chain offense now.
Yeah.
Everything's being run through A-chain. They're not taking deep shots. Even Tyreek last week had a good game. Only 61 receiving yards.
Oh.
They're not taking deep shots because they don't want Tua to stand back there for too long. We're going Dolphins. What do you got, Gabe?
Dolphins.
All right, Dolphins across the board. They'll move to 5-6 and in a real spot to make a playoff run.
Yeah.
Bucks. Hey guys,
Come on,
Big. The climb back starts here.
Come on.
starts now.
Wow, we're a Bucks show.
We're a Bucks show. We've been Bucks. We've
been
living here.
They're at 4-6. They get Mike Evans back. They're gonna go against the Giants. Tommy DeVito and Tyron Tracy and Malik Neighbors.
What's
just
the over under here?
young guy show. Yeah, you can check it out.
I want to see it.
But yeah, I'm going Bucks.
Over under 41 points. That's not a lot of points.
Over the Bucks are gonna score a lot of points.
The Giants, they might score 10 points.
Bucks are gonna send a message with this game.
Yeah, I'm going Bucks.
Bucks by a lot.
Bucks across the board.
The Giants are just such a shit show.
NFC East showdown here. Dallas Cowboys at 3-7.
But they're a good team, Joey.
They're a good team.
Remember,
Yeah,
they're a
I
good
want
team.
to put this out there, says Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
We're a damn good football
We're
team.
a good football team.
God,
You are 3-8, my guy.
clueless
3-7,
organization. They're gonna go to Washington. They're gonna get their asses kicked because Jaden Daniels is the real deal. Has struggled against some of the better competition
Got his
lately.
feelings hurt.
Yeah, he
he
crossed over to the older kids side of the playground.
You must never go there.
Yeah, and he got his ass kicked a couple times.
Mijo, listen. Mira, siéntate.
Yeah,
You're not ready for this, son.
no, you're not yet.
One day, but not now.
You're close, though.
Luckily, the Cowboys are not that team.
Yeah.
And so I think Jaden Daniels looks good again here, and the Commanders win a fairly easy game.
Any chance of a Trey Lance?
I think so. Homeboy's not playing well. What's his name?
Cooper Rush.
The Red Rocket. Yeah,
Is this in Dallas?
No.
is in Washington.
Actually, it'd be better if
in our
I
nation's
wanted
capital.
to see if it was going to continue that.
Did you guys see the Mike McCarthy interview? He was giving an interview in the stadium, and the sun was just you couldn't even see his face.
You know the media did that on purpose.
It was pretty funny.
Dallas.
We are Commanders. All right, Broncos, Raiders. I'm going Broncos. Broncos are surging right now.
Yeah, man.
They're going to make the playoffs.
Pulsating.
I'll tell you that right now.
We're pulsating.
And Bo Nix, offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I'm with the Broncos right now.
Yeah, Broncos in a blowout. Sean Payton will run up this score, and Antonio Pierce
Yeah.
will not. Has he had fun coaching?
Has he won a big game yet?
Whenever he's coached, he looks like he's miserable.
He's not a good coach. He's way over his
Because
head.
he's not a coach. That's why.
He's a motive. No, he's not motive.
Talk about someone who enjoy your last couple days in the big office.
Invite Charles Woodson over for
you're in Vegas, have
We're
a
also
little party.
in Vegas. Go, dude. Yeah, have fun.
Broncos, and Broncos. Niners and Packers.
Now this is the game of the week.
In a rematch of last year's NFC title game. No. NFC quarterfinal game.
Divisional game.
Divisional game, yeah. Quarterfinal divisional. 5-5 Niners, possibly, I think likely without Brock Purdy, are going to go play the Packers in Lambeau. Packers
Snowy weather.
Packers are going to do it here.
Yeah.
Big Josh Jacobs game.
I tell you what, I'll be very disappointed if the Packers don't do it here. I'll pick the Packers.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm already last week when they beat the Bears barely on a blocked field goal, I was already like, I don't really like this too much.
If the Packers lose this game, I am pulling the fire alarm.
I want to say I might be out. I might be out. If they lose to the Niners without Brock Purdy, even with Brock Purdy, I might.
Two questions for you. Who's going to win the game?
Okay.
You got to answer the question.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me the question. I think the Packers are.
Okay, and what the hell is going on with Marshawn Lloyd, the rookie running back who
He just woke up.
who Chris
I don't
Sims
understand
who
that.
said it? Not Chris Sims. Daniel Jeremiah said was the best running back in the draft, and I believed him because Daniel Jeremiah isn't a shit talker. Did you hear this? Marshawn Lloyd. He finally comes back from the hamstring injury.
Yep.
Wakes up that morning. He's supposed to come back. Appendicitis. He's back on the IR. We'll see you next year.
Snake bitten.
Does that sound fake to you?
I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. I don't think it's fake. I think the kid wants to play. It's just so weird.
It's weird.
It's just bad luck. We've seen it.
But how can the odds?
Look
it
at
had to
Kendra Miller.
defeat?
He's always hurt as well. Like it's not good for his career because usually when this happens,
Slow starts.
yeah,
And Jordan Love, stay healthy in the snow.
man.
yeah, that's-
protect Jordan Love, please.
Protect Jordan Love.
That's
If you're up
kind
big,
of that's
take him
kind
out.
of my big thing here, Zach, because I want to see Love, just like what we said about Stroud. It's time to turn on. With this being a snowy game, and you said it perfectly. You read my mind. Josh Jacobs is going to be his game here. So Love's
I think
going to
so,
have probably another week of like, all right, let's kind of hold it back.
Well,
a
last
little
week,
bit.
you only threw the ball 17 times.
He also has a short week coming up because we got the Dolphins, which is another team that's fighting for playoffs,
On Thanksgiving.
4 days after that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
Ooh,
Run,
yeah.
run the rock here, boys.
It'd be nice if they get an early lead here and
And if the
Sit 'em.
get your boys down.
if the Niners lose, they're still technically in playoff contention, so they're not quite in the throwing the towel on the season yet.
Is it crazy to say if the Niners lose, that's it for them?
No.
Like,
No, I just said why. No,
Oh,
because
sorry. Yes.
for the division, they're still
They're still there.
only one game
Because
back,
the
so
current
that's why.
leaders, who we'll talk about next, are 6-4.
Yeah, so
the Arizona Cardinals.
you're-
They would just be 2 games back.
You're
right.
right.
So
there.
Packers.
Packers,
yeah.
Got it.
6-4 Cardinals taking on the 5-5 Seahawks. Seahawks badly need to win this game. If they win this game, and after all this Seahawks panic and they're falling through the earth, they're tied for first place again. It's both at 6-5.
That being said, I'm taking the home team. I'm taking Seattle.
Are you really?
Taking Seattle.
Wow.
Taking a divisional. They're just gonna find a way.
Isn't this about the time when Kyler's going to let you down?
Yeah, right when you want to believe in them.
Right? Right when you want to say, like, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
This is
Screw
good
you
team.
guys. He's going to do it.
I'm
going to do it.
I'm picking the Seahawks in an overtime win. It's going to be a battle.
Seattle.
In overtime.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
So the 12th man's going to have to show up for this game then.
Oh, they always show up, but yeah, it's gonna be.
All right.
I'm picking Seattle here.
I'm going to go Cardinals, but I felt a lot more confident before you started talking. What you got?
I'm going Cards here. I don't think this game is even going to be close. I think Kyler turns it on right now.
Gabriel loves him some Kyler Murray.
Well, it's in the 5'9"
He
quarterbacks.
loves Kyler Murray.
I have been believing the kid for a long time. I want to see.
Then why
him
don't you
take
make a
that
fair offer
step.
for him in fantasy football then, you piece of crap?
We'll talk later.
Chris Olave.
Don't give me that.
This is the
crap.
first show. This no
Don't
one knows.
give me that crap.
Nobody knows what we're talking about.
Don't let
Robinson
him
is that
gaslight you, America. There's so much crap he sends me.
What does gaslight mean again?
I'm not sure. What's gaslight mean again? Lying?
You're like manipulating the
Narrative?
the truth. Yeah.
Oh, I love gaslighting.
Sunday Night Football. Philadelphia Eagles 8-2 taking on
Fly, Eagles, fly.
the 5-5 Los Angeles Rams. We'll all be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be in SoFi, taking this one in. Can't wait. This is actually my first regular season NFL game.
There you go.
Wow.
My first one.
Hey,
Yep,
shout
excited
out.
about it. And excited to see this. It's going to be a good game. Like, I am not confident. I'm confident we're going to win, but I'm not confident it's going to be easy.
Yeah, Rams they're a desperate team. They're trying to fight for this division lead.
They're a desperate team with real punching power.
Yeah.
You know, that boxer that you don't want to face is the one that, he's not too skilled, but he's a wild freaking horse, and if he catches your chin one time, he has knockout power. That's the Rams.
Mayorga for my boxing fans.
There you go.
Mayorga.
This guy is Magora.
Magora. Shout out to Magora.
You know his name. I said it 2 seconds ago.
And the Magora family.
And the Magora family.
Yeah. Mama Magora. What's up?
It's really derailing here. I'm going to go Eagles in a really, really good game. The battle's going to be won here in the trenches. Rams D-line, if they can get to Jalen Hurts and beat the strength of the Eagles, that O-line, I think the Rams have a real shot here.
Taking the home team. Taking the Rams. I think
of crap.
they're more desperate. Eagles are good, but the Rams are like, I think the Rams are going to pull it out here.
Who you got, Gabe?
But this is a good game, though. This is game of the week. This is game of the week to me. I love these teams are both good. I've been Rams fan.
My early prediction is the Rams because I just think they're fighting for that spot right now,
Screw
man.
you guys.
And I feel like Jalen Hurts is he fixed or are those turnovers going to happen again? I just want to see it more consistently.
More consistently?
You just poked the bear. Here we go.
Hold on, I'm just saying.
Keep talking. Sorry,
look,
kick your ass.
I'm just worried that when is that going to happen again? I'm not even saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying if there's ever a game where something wild can happen, it could be this one against a desperate Rams team. My early predictions the Rams. Probably by game day, I'm going Philly.
Okay, Gabe, I picked the Rams, but I'm not on you with Jalen.
Hold on, I need a minute here to count the weeks from the last time Jalen Hurts had an interception. Or through multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in the last 8 weeks, he has one interception.
Okay, now count the other 20 games going into last year
8
where
weeks,
he turned over the ball a lot.
That's
all I'm
weeks,
saying. I'm not saying
he has one interception and I think one fumble. Has thrown the ball really well, has run the ball really well. Jalen Hurts is not the issue here.
I am not saying that. I did say that one time. I'm just saying he has more weeks where he turned the ball over than
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. That's false. He has
going back to last year is what I'm saying.
No, that's not true either.
He did it for such a long time. That's just what I'm worried about.
That's not true either. He didn't do it early in his career. He had a bad streak from last year.
I think he had 19
from the end of last year going into
the
the very part of this year, and that's been it.
I think he had 19 total turnovers last year. I believe my math's right on that.
Okay.
And then going into the beginning of this year, wasn't it shaky like a little bit?
He had 4 interceptions in the first 3 games.
That's shaky.
That's pretty shaky. That's pretty.
And
pretty
one
shaky.
since.
Okay, I'm not saying he's playing bad right
here.
now. I'm not saying he's playing bad. I'm just saying,
you know what? But
okay, here to be complete, it's how I feel about Love. If Love goes 4 or 5 games not throwing a single pick, I'm still like he had a lot of bad football before, so I just want to see just a little bit more. Just want to see him play clean football just a little bit more.
I think why I have more confidence in Hurts than you do in Love. I've seen Hurts play really well at the highest levels. I've seen him go lead a team to a Super Bowl and take care of the football and be an elite quarterback. And so I am going to always err toward, no, this is a great quarterback who does have occasionally had a turnover issue, but for the most part, this is a great quarterback. And the turnovers are the what's the word I'm looking for? The anomaly and not the monopoly. Monopoly, yeah.
For the record, America, I didn't say Jalen Hurts is going to blow this game.
I do want to see is Quinn Mitchell and Cooper DeJean versus these savants of the wideout room that is Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. What a battle.
Quinyon Mitchell is the only cornerback in the NFL to play at least 375 snaps at cornerback and not give up a touchdown. Only quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. I told Stanjo earlier, and he obviously didn't take it well because Pastor Surtain's his guy, and I get that and I respect that. There is not a single cornerback I would take right now above Quinyon Mitchell in the NFL. He's playing as good or better than every single one. That's not an opinion. That is numbers. That is fact. He has not hid. It's not he's a rookie and hasn't played. He has played since the Packers played them in Brazil every single snap, and he's just not being scored on. He's hardly being thrown on. He's having that kind of rookie year. Quinyon Mitchell. Not to mention, don't look now, but the number 1 defense in the league.
We both looked.
I know, because the number one defense in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Philadelphia Eagles have taken over that spot, number 1 defense in the league. This defense is balling, and I think I think that gives me some hope against these very real, very scary weapons of the LA Rams.
Yeah, Eagles defense is literally second in passing yards allowed, seventh in rushing yards allowed, and sixth in points per points allowed.
My boy Fangio,
they're balling out. But I'm telling you, the Rams, I just that's a good offense. So
they're proven.
Eagles defense versus the Rams offense can be a awesome shot. I know Jalen Hurts is great and AJ Brown, but I want to see the Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and Puka Nacua versus this Eagles defense. Really that's such a great football.
Hey, Stafford
who'd
going.
You pick?
Stafford. I have the Rams right now, but I'm probably most likely going to change that to
AJ. I need you back, bud. I need you back. We
I
know
the
we're
Rams.
taking here.
Yeah, the Rams.
Last game here. This is my actual game of the week. The Harbaugh Bowl on Monday Night Football. Ravens versus Chargers. I think a litmus test for both teams.
Yo, if the Ravens drop this,
they're going to 7-5, just 2 games above 500. And if the Chargers win here, going to 8-3, I mean they have a real shot.
Solidified, man.
At a bye,
number 1 seed.
They're a real player in the NFL. And then who knows? I mean, the Chiefs could very well have lost 3 or 4 games by now.
Yeah.
They've gotten really lucky. That's well documented. How good is this Chargers team? I think, I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, they're the Steelers West. And
they're just not starstruck team. That's why.
It's the same thing as the Steelers, yeah.
I know. It's just like, but when you look at these other teams like the Ravens, you got Henry and Lamar, and the Chiefs, you got Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey. The Chiefs are just a good team.
Just looking at their wins here. Okay, they beat the Raiders and they beat the Panthers. Okay, they lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers and they lost to the Chiefs.
Oh, okay, that's telling.
They beat the Broncos and they lost to the Cardinals, and they beat the Saints and they beat the Browns. And they beat the Titans. I'm not impressed with these wins. I'm taking Baltimore. These wins are not, how many teams have?
Wow, say that one more time for the people in the back. Okay, that's pretty telling.
They beat the Titans, the Browns, the Saints, the Broncos. That's a good team. The Panthers and the Raiders.
When did they play the Broncos though? Was that early on in the season?
No, that was week 6. So Bo had been already going by then. That's one thing I have against the Chargers is that they haven't really played a great schedule, but they're playing great ball. And this game is a great way to shut everybody up.
I was gonna say, what a moment! What a moment this was.
We're gonna get so much Harbaugh versus Harbaugh stuff. You know, this was before there was Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce. There was the Harbaughs.
Yeah,
like that was like the brothers in the NFL. I'm picking the Ravens here, though, in a good game. I don't know how they win, but they win. And if I see Derrick Henry on the sideline on a
2-point conversion,
again, I'm gonna punch the TV. Why? That still baffles me. Like, why would you not have him at least on the field? Joe, we didn't talk about this yet, have we? When
what's that?
They needed a 2-point conversion from the 2-yard line, and Derrick Henry was on the field.
Yeah, they have been stuff to play before, so I understand the thinking. But I also get not having your best player on the field, how that would upset some people for the biggest play of the game. So I don't know. I see both sides because they were stuff to play before. So I don't know. Do you hand it off again and just the same result?
Yes.
I don't know.
They scored a touchdown in the game.
I'd rather lose with Henry, not being able to get it in, than do that play design.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah. It was a 2-point conversion.
I don't know. Because if you put I think you have Henry in just for the threat of him. I wouldn't give it to Henry for a 2-point conversion because everyone they're gonna stuff that because they're just. I think they would have stuffed that. I think putting it in Lamar Jackson's hands, you have more things can go right than if you just hand it off to Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with putting it in Lamar Jackson's hands. It just didn't, it didn't work. I don't know. You take a shot and it didn't work. I don't know. I don't know if it's much deeper than that.
Yeah. But I'm picking Baltimore in this game though.
I'm going Chargers. I think Chargers. That schedule is a little telling. But Ravens also have some bad losses. They've lost to the Raiders this year. They've beat some bad teams. They beat a couple good teams, but they've beaten some pretty bad teams as well. Lost this year already to the Ravens and the Browns. So they also can dip as well. And so I'm going to Chargers here. I believe Chargers at home, and I think that defense is better than the Ravens defense. I'm not sure Kyle Hamilton's healthy, and I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I mean, the next couple games for the Chargers is gonna be telling. Ravens this week, Falcons next week, and then the Chiefs week 14. So this 3-week stretch is huge for them to solidify any doubts that they have or that we might have, and then also it's just good to have your team that's in a kind of a reboot to get the new culture of like we're gonna win everything.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's doing a phenomenal job. He's doing exactly what we thought he was gonna do.
Yeah, and no one's paying attention to Justin Herbert. He's playing some of the best football of his career.
Yeah,
they've kind of slowly brought him along, almost like a rookie quarterback this year.
Yeah,
like didn't put much on him early on. Now he's been willing and dealing back there with next to no weapons. J.K. Dobbins getting it done. So, yeah, I think Chargers here, and I think Ravens do a classic Ravens thing. And just when you want to believe in them, they lose because they're the Baltimore Ravens.
I really wish that wasn't true, but it happens. In the playoffs, if this was playoffs, I'd pick the Chargers.
Yeah.
Just because
I tell you what Harbaugh is. Wait, Harbaugh. They're both Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I tell you what the Chargers aren't going to do. Let Derrick Henry run all over them. I guarantee Derrick Henry will have less than 75 yards. I guarantee it. Unless they give him the ball 30 sometimes.
Yeah.
The Harbaugh, God, I can't say that. The Chargers, that defense is going to make Lamar Jackson beat him with his arm. Like, that's my prediction anyway. I guess, Derrick Henry could obviously just break one.
I'm sure a lot of teams have that.
For 75 yards.
Break one for 75 yards, but I just think this defense is good enough where they take away their best option in Derrick Henry and make Lamar Jackson. Right? That has to be the game plan against the Ravens.
I feel like everyone's game plan is that, but
right. Few people can do it. I think a team that has the best or the second best or top 3 defense in the league, that's a team that can do it.
Pretty good.
For the sake of my fantasy team, I hope that's not the case.
Who did the Ravens show against last week?
The game they lost to, the Steelers.
Yeah, and they kind of struggled to run the ball early there. He broke a big one late.
He fumbled the very first play of the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I want to see how Derrick Henry in this later part of the year kind of holds up at his age. They've given him the ball a lot, rightfully so.
And this is actually when they have to give it to him a little bit more.
Right, and so let's see. Usually in his career, it doesn't matter at all. He gets a little stronger.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we'll see.
cold weather in L.A. 70 degrees. 70.
That's
It's
freezing.
cold outside.
It's cold. It's like 65 outside.
All right, anything else, guys?
Nope. We're going to get 20,000 shots at the Harballs together, though. Interviews.
Yeah.
The mom probably brought in. Remember Mama Harbaugh? Way back, before there was Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey, there was the Mama Harbaugh. I remember all the thing. Yeah.
God, this is a middle-aged white dream.
Yeah. This is in Middle America. This is playing.
Khaki
This is playing
pants.
great. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. All right, that's our show for today, episode 185.
85?
Jeez. In the books. We'll see you again on Monday with a brand new episode recapping week number 12 and looking ahead to week number 13. We'll see you then. Bye.
Peace.